everyone, and welcome back to Doc is Dead. Now, setup's a bit different today. I got some guests with me, and I'm going to be doing cooking, but not just any cooking. This hyena has been to the watering hole, and this hyena is a bit tipsy. So, as I cook, my buddy Riot is gonna ask me questions and have me drink more or less. We'll see what happens. But without further ado, I'm gonna be making you guys an apple pie. So throughout the video, Riot is going to be stopping me to have me pick out questions from a hat, or he's gonna pull them out for me. And yeah, I'm just gonna take a shot while we're getting this apple pie going. Which, speaking of this apple pie, first things first, we need to get our apples. Now, I have no clue what kind of apples these are. Apples is apples to me, you know? You got like 5 different kinds of apples in the world. There's like the green ones, there's the red ones, the golden ones, the weird ones with spots, and then like the ones for apple juice. That's all the apples I know. But today, we're just using the apples I got here at the house. So let's go get my apples and prep them for the pie. For this pie, you and me, we're gonna need about 4 apples. These apples. You can see these are the ones that are kind of weird with the spots, but you know, it's okay.
You may have to go over the apples again.
No. But anyways,
we're good.
These are the apples that I'm gonna be using. First, we need to peel them, not peel them, but like skin them alive. No, they're dead. No, they're not. They're just apples. But you know, you gotta take the skin off, cut them up, make them into little bite-sized chunks. So we're gonna be doing that right now. Before you skin the apples, you gotta wash them off first. Make sure they don't have any apple germs and you know, face huggers and shit on them. Right, now that we have the apples chopped up, me personally, I like to top them off with a little cinnamon, just a little bit. Then you know, give them a little tossy. Get them all nice and seasoned. And now that these guys are ready, we'll get started on the syrup stuff, the sugar, spice, everything nice.
All right, Daca, what we got cooking?
All right, so this is going to be, what would you call it, like the glaze stuff in the pie, the sweet stuff, sweet sticky substance.
Yeah.
So how you want to start this is a stick of butter, and you just plop that in there, let it melt, and yeah, it's gonna sit there and melt. These good spatulas. Once it melts, you're gonna hit it with 3 tablespoons of flour. Then you're gonna mix that shit up real good. Then you got both your sugars and some water, so it doesn't turn brown. This is a horror story because I did it. I was making an apple pie one time and I forgot to add water, and I was like, why the fuck is my sauce turning black and why is it ugly? I forgot to add the fucking water. So always double check your recipes. I thought I knew it by heart. Nope. Had me looking like this bozo who didn't know how to fucking cook. Criminal behavior. Also, just to clarify, this recipe I did get online, and since I've been using it, I have forgotten who I got it from. But it is kind of my own now. I've made it a couple times, and it's part of me. It's beautiful. Scully, what are you doing, bro? Don't be messing with the ingredients. Oh. Scully. Alright, it's time for the first drinky drink of the night. Oh. That tingles, man. That tingles. What's up, Scully? High five. There's some clean bones you got there. Just that butter that's melting down. Can't believe it's not butter. But it is butter. That's just what the deep state wants you to believe. What are you doing, bro? Your partner's over there on the mic. Alright, now that the butter is rendered down, I got 3 tablespoons of flour in here. Yes, I used the paper cups because I'm cheap. Stop, don't touch. I'll mix that in. Now I'm gonna mix this up till it forms like a bit of a paste, you know? This is similar to how like people would start like a roux. But fun fact, every time I've tried to do a roux for like macaroni or gumbo, it's always turned out bad. Not crazy. So you're gonna wanna add your sugar. Now I have half a cup of regular sugar. I'm just gonna, oh crap. You didn't see that. You did not. Camera didn't see that. But just so that it doesn't burn, I am gonna add the water. That's what I forgot last time, because I didn't add the water and it burned. It helps the sugar melt, you know? Now that I have that mixed in, I'm sorry for the snapping. Oh, fucking chupacabra over there. But now that the normal sugar is mixed in and I got the water added, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the brown sugar, which, you know, is brown sugar. It's really just sugar mixed in with molasses, man, but it's...
Is that actually what brown sugar is?
Yeah. It's like sugar mixed in with molasses.
Oh.
And then it's like, I think it's drained. Yeah, I get this all mixed in. Now that that stuff's all mixed in, you can add in some more cinnamon. Just give it a little sprinkle for taste. Ignore the fact that my stove is covered in sugar. And yeah. We'll mix this, let it simmer a little bit. Don't ask me exactly how long. I've kind of just developed the point to where it is what it is. It looks done when it looks done. And like once this is done, we can add the apples and stuff. And you know, let those cook around a little bit. Let those get like a little bit soft. Which one thing I'm going to try for this video is actually letting the sauce and the apples cool before putting them into the pan. Because if you put them in the pan while it's hot, it makes manipulating the dough a bit harder because the dough heats up and it's like, uh-oh. It doesn't want to comply with how you manipulate it. Which the way I'm trying to manipulate it is like the tic-tac-toe cross pattern, you know? Not really tic-tac-toe, but you know, like a blanket. No, not a blanket. You'll see. I don't know how to explain it, but you'll see. And the last time I did that, I had this sauce like really hot. Not like straight out of the pan hot, but it was still pretty toasty. And yeah, the dough did not want to comply as soon as it got heated up. So that's fine. But you know what? We ball. Criminal. Sneaking into the kitchen. Alright. Now that this sauce is like bubbly, I'm put in the apples. Did I cut them like a Neanderthal? Yes. But you know what? It works. Now let these simmer and marinate like a good carne asada. You ever make carne asada? Me neither, man. We're gonna let those get to know each other a bit. It says, who is Bruno? We don't talk about Bruno, right? Bruno is a suit I own that very few people have seen. And the reason is because I do not feel like it is a good suit. It's just a head, and to give a little backstory, the character that Bruno is based off of is kind of near and dear to my heart, and I wanted a suit of them made in time for TFF. So I went to a local maker, not gonna say who, but you know, they assured me that, hey, if I paid like an extra $100 for the rush fee, they could have him done in time for TFF. And I was like, okay, cool, bet. I trust you, I've seen your work is good. Well, long story short, TFF comes around, and I haven't even gotten one work in progress picture, right? In fact, the only work in progress picture I got was actually the night before TFF, where they were like, hey, he's not gonna be done in time. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever, not gonna trip. TFF comes, I'm kind of salty, but not like too salty, because you know, I got my friends with me. That maker ends up coming up to me while at the convention, and I was salty to the point I didn't want to talk to them. You know, I didn't say anything rude, I just kind of kept my mouth shut. And you know, they were talking to me, giving me excuses and blah, 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 blah. Which I can understand if like life gets hard and you can't finish something. But at the same time, I'd rather not get it at all. Or not saying that I didn't want it, but at the same time, it's like, I'd rather wait until you had time to do it right than you rush it, right? Because after the convention, they rushed that suit out in like a week and then gave it to me, and it just wasn't it, right? It was lopsided and lumpy. It clearly wasn't their best work, and yeah, I've low-key been talking to them about either trying to get him remade or trying to sell the maker the suit back, and it's been one thing after another. But yeah, that's Bruno. I've tried to sell him. If you look, you can find him. I've tried to sell him, and no one's biting. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Oh no! It says shots times 2. Uh-oh. Whoopsie daisy. Who put that in there? Diboja. There. Okay, now that the sauce is done, we can move on to putting it in the pan. And to save time, go ahead and preheat your oven. It's been a bit of a conundrum. I'm using store-bought dough, which doesn't make me any less of a baker because I made the filling myself. However, in my current state, I did not let the dough thaw, and it has since broke on me, which is not a bad thing. We can still use the dough. We can still use it as like the top half. I just have to let the other half thaw. So while we wait, let's pull more questions from the hat and see what we get. Because the oven's preheating. I'm just here. Favorite pie. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I love apple pie, the first pie I truly fell in love with was pumpkin pie. Don't know why, don't know how, but I love to make some pumpkin pie with some whipped cream on top. Beautiful. You can eat it for Halloween, you can eat it for Thanksgiving, and you can eat it for Christmas. It is the holy trinity of pies. It says explain Twilight. Which one, the person or the movie? Alright. So Twilight is a story. It's a love story between a girl, her dog, and a glow stick. This chick named Bella is in love with Edward, the glow stick, because he has the skin of a killer. And in the first movie, they have a magical carpet ride through the forest where he's like, hold on to me, spider monkey. And yeah, they fell in love. But she's in high school and he's like 300 years old. So that's no bueno. And in the second movie, her dog, Jacob, is like, yo, what's up? Howl at the moon with me. And so, because of the age gap and the fact that she's not a vampire, Edward dips out, right? They go off to like Spain or some shit. And, you know, her dog Jacob is like, oh, Bella, where you been, loca? And you know what? She's like, yo, I could be down with this dog shit for a minute. But then she starts like having visions and shit. She starts seeing Jacob every time she does something Edward every time she does something dangerous. And it ends up with her realizing that Edward is her true love. But Jacob starts acting weird, you know? He got like fevers and shit. He might have had COVID. I don't know. They didn't have COVID back then. But you know, he's hot. Not in the gay way. But like his temperature is through the roof. And it's because he's a werewolf. He is a werewolf. Did you know he was a werewolf? Raya said yes. It's bullshit. You didn't read the books.
I didn't. I read what is it? The animated novel?
Graphic animated novel. You watched Twilight the cartoon? But yeah, no, Homeboy is a werewolf, and the werewolf pack is like, yo, we tolerate the Cullens. We don't like them, we tolerate them. And that's just how it is. Bella is hungry for some glitter dick, and it's like, I'm gonna go to Spain to find Edward because I love him. And that's when the vampire council, what are they called? The vultures or some shit? Yeah, vultures. Volcanoes. Yeah, no, the volcanoes show up, and there's that weird little dude who had that weird laugh in the final movie, who was like, who was like, yo, if you want to be a vampire, just say so. You just gotta be a vampire by like a specific date, and we won't kill you. And Bella was like, cool. So they wait until she graduates and turns, what did she turn? She turned 18, 20, whatever. She had a birthday, right? This is moving into like Eclipse. This is moving into Eclipse, and in Eclipse there's like another vampire who's a redhead. Never trust, it was a ginger vampire. That's how you know she's evil. She was like, Bella, where you been, Loca? You killed my husband. Prepare to die. She bites this dude, and when she bites the dude, he gets an army of other vampires. Yes, I heard you, Oven. Let me finish. He gets an army of other vampires. The freaking like newborns or something like that. It's like vampires who got bit yesterday, so they're like really hopped up on that vampire shit. It's like something like that. Riot, what are you doing? You're in the shot. But yeah, the dude gets an army of vampires. And Edward is like, yo, if we want to fight this army, we need to make a truce with the werewolves. You know, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So they make a truce with the werewolves, and it's fight night, right? It's time to go. And it's a very cinematic battle, where it's like how many are there? The Cullens? There's like 8 of them. It's like the 8 of them fighting like 20 vampires. And then the wolves come over the rock like Mufasa in The Lion King. And you know, it's a very cool fight because the vampires get ripped apart. And it turns out their insides are like concrete or some shit. Or like ice or something. When they break, they sound like glass. And yeah, they kick their ass. The evil vampire chick dies. Spoiler alert. She gets her ass beat by Bella with the steel chair. And then they turned the last book into 2 movies because guess what? Vampires can get people pregnant, which is crazy, right? They didn't really think to wear a condom. They didn't think about protection. It's just how they are because society. Oh no! Sorry people, that was my dog. She's tripping right now. Especially when she doesn't get attention. But the other half is thawed. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the pan while I'm finishing off Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2. Breaking Down Part 1 is like Bella and Edward finally get married. And, you know, they have a lot of really freaky sex. Like, they're breaking beds. They're in, where are they at? They're in, like, what, the South America or something. And, like, the housemaids know they're, like, chupacabras or something like that. The housemaids are like, we know you guys are, like, devils or something. They're like, we know. And then when Bella starts acting weird, they're like, oh, she's pregnant. She's pregnant, there's a baby coming. Jacob's mad because it's not his baby. But, you know, it is what it is. You should have, you know, you should have did something about that, right? That's all on you, not no one else's fault. Huh?
It was his baby.
No, it's not. It's not his baby. He didn't put the seed in.
Yeah, he did.
No, not Jacob.
Oh yeah, no, not Jacob. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
I got
Jacob was upset because it's not his baby. So he's like, mad. Now the other werewolves are like, hey, yo, whatever this thing is probably gonna be a monster. We gotta kill it. And Bella. Jacob's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. Just wait, because I still love Bella. We can't kill her. And they're like, oh, that's what you fucking think, bro. And yeah, he leaves the wolf pack, right? Some baller shit. And it's like, he leaves the wolf pack, starts his own pack with this little dude whose name like Seth or something. This little dude who runs off with him, and they go to team up with the Cullens, and it's like, hey, the wolves is coming. So the wolves come at night, right when the baby's being born, and like it's chaos. Wolves is throwing fists. The baby is coming out. Bella, I think she died because like her back broke because of this Frankenstein ass child. But you know, she got better. She got better because Edward bit her like 20 times with his venom like he's a goddamn cobra. And yeah, she was fine. She ended up becoming a vampire. And this is where it gets riot. This is where it gets really weird because Jacob's like, hey, I'm gonna kill the baby because, you know, he's butthurt. And he goes to kill the baby. And he has a fucking brain blast in the middle of it that shows him like images of the baby and him in the future. And it's like, yo, looking back on that now, it's really fucking weird. But it saves, it's for the plot, I guess. I don't know what the writer was thinking. No shade to her. But like the wolf dude imprints on the baby. And that like by wolf law says, hey, you can't touch another dog's bone. So the wolves is like, hey, we don't like it, but by law we can't touch. And yeah, that saves the baby. But in Breaking Down Part 2, a hating ass Karen is like, uh-oh, that's an immortal child. I'ma go snitch. So she goes and snitches on the baby, right? And the baby has like super aging. So she's like 7. It's been like 2 days and the baby's already like 7 years old. Or something like that. I don't fucking know. It's been a minute since I've seen these movies. Who put this in the hat? Don't point at me. And yeah, they have a big fight because the vultures, the pasty ass vultures are like, yo, we don't want no immortal children. Y'all gonna have to die. And then it's like a gang war between the Cullens, the werewolves. They're like Irish homies, Egyptian homies. There was one vampire who was just straight up the Avatar. Like he was just straight up the Avatar, right? Like they could have just painted an arrow on his forehead and it would have been like and yeah, no, they had a big old fight. But it turns out the fight was a dream. It was a dream on them homies. They're like, hey yo, this is what's gonna happen if y'all keep fucking with us. And Volturi were like, I understand. We're not gonna step to you no more. But we're gonna be watching your asses. And then the vultures left. They left them alone. And I forgot about the whole, you imprinted on my daughter. I saw the video with I want that Lego set just so I can do that. Nessie, yeah. That's some real dog shit. He made a name for the baby that he is by wolf law in love with. He named her after the Loch Ness Monster. He should have just called the little bitch Sasquatch. At least that would have been a monster from the same continent. No, they chose Nessie because but yeah, that's Twilight for you. But now that that's all done, the oven is heated up. I gotta heat this. I gotta grease this pan, put the dough in, and then we can move on to the filling. This is how the oven broke, because I didn't have it fully thawed. This one is thawed, so. The dough in the pan, again, I'm using store-bought dough. It doesn't make me less of a baker, it just means I'm cutting some corners, which is okay. This whole video was an experiment. Because society. No, let me not do the Joker right now. But this whole video is an experiment because I want to see how you guys like it. If you liked it and you made it to this point in the video, which may be the middle or the end or the beginning, I don't know. Future Daka does. I don't. Put that apple down. But if you like this, please leave a like and subscribe. And you know, I'm definitely gonna do another one of these, regardless if you like it or not. But I'm gonna have more people with me. Maybe Riot's gonna be here. Maybe my boy Lex is gonna be here. Who knows? We might have like a 5-foot even person named Dusk manning the camera, but we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. It's all future planning, baby. Yeah, I got the dough in the pan. It's time to put the sauce in. Let's go. Now, I don't know how well this is gonna turn out because I ripped the dough a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna try this in and of itself. I can see these aren't straight.
Do you need me to take over for a second?
No. Oh, this is this is no bueno. Well, it's not no bueno, it's just do y'all see the astronaut too? Yo, Among Us! What task are you doing, bro? Oh, he's dropping it down crazy style. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, so let's get this pie filled. Again, I have the dough right here, and I have the other dough right down here. It should be, oh snap, that other camera's filming. Huh? Yeah, let's get this thing filled. Got the filling in. Get all that goodness in there, mate. Spread it out somewhat evenly. You know, I just know there's gonna be a 5-foot even person in my comments like, oh, why don't you make the dough? Well, this is my channel. I do what I want. And I don't listen to people who are over 5 foot.
You mean under?
No, I don't mean under. I mean over. Like Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is over 5 feet tall. Even though he's just a dog. But you know, Scooby got that dog in him. This is the pie. This is the pie right here that we're about to fill up. I'm kind of testing the temperature with the back of my hand. The sauce is cool, so it should, in theory, it should, in theory, be pliable enough for the dough. If the dough wants to cooperate, which because of the state of the dough, I may just not deal with it, you know? But leave in the comments what kind of pie you like. Do you like apple pie, pecan pie, key lime pie, cream pies, or apple pies? Did I say apple pies already? I might have. I don't know. But tell me in the comments what kind of pie you like. I might make it in the future. I might not. Who's to say this video even gets published? Pie. Now I am going to use a small knife to like trim around the edges to make it a bit neated, and then I'm going to use a fork to kind of like bust it down crazy style. I should have done this in reverse.
Careful, Squidward. Careful.
It's careful SpongeBob, not Squidward. You didn't watch SpongeBob growing up.
Is that safe to eat?
The dough?
Yeah.
If you want. I'm not a scientist.
It just looks yummy.
It does. It's like Play-Doh, bro. You ever want to eat Play-Doh?
Mm-hmm. All the time. What color, though?
Blue is like the only acceptable color.
Personally, I wanted to eat green.
Eat a green game. It's a meme, man. Get the block shot down like Shang Yang. Be strapped, purple getting clapped. Green like a cat, that we can keep stacked. My boy Eddie is a killer. Straight up thriller. He green, he mean like a drunk caterpillar. There we go. Now I am removing this outer layer of dough, and I'm gonna feed it to my cameraman Riot. So here, if you want to eat it,
Is it actually safe?
you can pretend.
Oh,
I have him on a strict diet of dough and yard trimmings. Was it good?
It smells like pizza.
I mean, yeah, it's dough, dude. We could probably make pizza out of this. Like, no joke, we could probably make pizza out of this dough. Okay. So now that that is done, let me get a fork. Oops. You don't know what you're missing if you're not in the kitchen. And because I had some excess dough, I decided to make some decorative decor for the top of it. I'm a lyrical gangster. Where do you think pie was invented? Riot. Give me your knowledge.
I don't know.
Like, I know some nerd got hit by an apple and was like, ooh, gravity. But what happened for pie? Like, was a nerd just hungry and said, fuck it, I'm gonna throw apples in bread?
I feel like pie's been around for ages, though. I don't feel
Probably.
like that, honestly.
Look, to make it a little special, I made a D out of the excess dough. I'll put it right in the middle.
I feel like besides just baking pies for like sweets, like just to enjoy sweets, it's probably also a good way to get rid of an abundance of food that you don't want to go to waste.
Oh yeah, every time I get apples, I make a pie.
Yeah. So I feel like it's one of those things that it's been around for ages and ages, and I don't know exactly from where, but I imagine whoever originally did it was like, I have an abundance of meat, because there's meat pies too.
You know what? You can keep this in, because this was a thought I had the other day. But like, the inventor of the wheel is dead to history. Nobody knows who invented the wheel, because it's such a iconic invention that it has outlived the relevance of its creator. Like, the person who made the wheel, Grug from the Croods, made the wheel. But nobody knows it's him because he's been dead for so goddamn long. But the invention lasts forever. In every ring light, in every Tesla, the wheel is there. The wheel is there, but the inventor is not. Same thing goes for pie. Who invented pie? No clue. But the invention is still there. But as you can see, I've put cinnamon on the pie, on the crust, just to get it, you know, just a touch more cinnamon. And now that it's ready, we can go to the oven. So follow me. Come along with me. Ooh, goddamn. Don't touch that. It's hot. Bowl.
No.
Very right, son. That's right, right? That's a bowl. I don't need oven mitts right now. We're just gonna go in here. It's gonna sit for 10 minutes. Then we're gonna lower the heat. So let me go set a timer. Stop looking at my dirty oven. But now that the pie is in the oven, we can pull more cards from the hat and see what zany thing I can do next time. Ooh. I pulled another one, and it says, "Explain warrior cats." Now we're gonna ignore the fact that I'm a grown man who knows what warrior cats is. We're gonna ignore the fact that I'm a grown man who still reads them. No, not really. I don't read it. I listen to audiobooks, but still. Warrior Cats is one of those book series that's been around forever. If you were a 90s kid who grew up with like a Scholastic book fair, the oven is angry. It does not like Warrior Cats. But if you grew up with a Scholastic book fair, you know what Warrior Cats is. It's a book series about cats with superpowers. Not specifically superpowers, but it's like they have stars and shit. What the hell are you getting?
Seaweed.
Why do you have seaweed? I'm trying to talk about cats and their magic powers. You're over there munching on seaweed, bro. Homies, Riot back here is munching on seaweed, but I'm talking about warrior cats. I'm talking about the important stuff. Where was I at? Warrior cats. How should I explain this? Just the concept, or should I go by series?
Where it feels right. I don't know anything about warrior cats.
All right, series 1. You got homie Rusty, right? He's new. He's blue. Not blue. He's red. He's a crip. No, a blood. Oh, that might get me shot. But you know what? He's a house cat, right? A little kitten. Who's like, yo, I heard about these wild homies. I'ma go out into the forest and eat seaweed with them. And you know, he goes out there, he gets into a fight, and his homie Gray Stripe is like, yo, you alright? And he gets accepted into the clan. There's one hater named Tiger Claw. And yeah, he's a hater because he's racist. The cats have racism, which is insane because they're just cats. Like, not a specific cat. Like, it's not like a lion is talking shit to a cheetah. They're just house cats, but like one's outside, one's inside, and they're racist. And yeah, Tiger Claw, he is like the hater of the series. He's the OG, he's like a Megatron, bro. Not really. Because in the first series, he's been plotting, he's killing people, he's like Dr. Doolittle talking to dogs and stuff. And yeah, he's just doing evil stuff because he's a bad kitty. No, kitty, it's my thing to clan. But yeah, he's evil. He doesn't like Rusty, named Firepaw. And I don't like this at all. I don't like that at all. Yeah. Where was I at? What was I doing? Anyways, Warrior Cats is like a book about cats that live in the wild. They're technically just feral cats because they're like house cats that got out and reproduced, and now their babies live in the forest. Which the forest got torn down and they moved to a lake. And then when they got to the lake, it's like a whole nother story because there's a bunch of drama there. And you know, it is what it is. It's a long series that I feel like has had its ups and its downs. Because some I'm not trying to say I'm a better writer, but at the same time, I feel like I could have done better. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We may never know. But yeah, Warrior Cats is just a series about cats who live in the wild. They go to war. They kill each other. They love each other. And they get run over by cars. That's Warrior Cats. The end. Alright, so the timer just went off. That means we gotta lower the heat to like 350, 355. I don't know. I can't remember. But we're gonna lower the heat and let it cook for another like 40 minutes. Get out my fridge. Well, it's back in the oven for 45 minutes. While we wait, let's take more questions from the hat. The hat is manned by Riot Hyena, which, Riot, give yourself a round of applause. You are. Leave a like in the comments. Leave a like on the video for Riot. He's an OG. He's been here since 2003. So let's go ahead and get another question out from here. Oh, I got a big one. It says howl at the moon. Alright, we gotta go howl at the moon now. Ignore the fact that when shades outside. Oh, what? Where is the moon? Is there a new moon out tonight?
I think it's new moon.
Does that mean I can't do it? Because there is no moon.
Technically, the moon's always there, and so is the sun.
Yeah, but where?
You just can't see it.
Point me in a direction.
I'd say it's probably somewhere around over there.
Where?
Exactly.
That way?
Yeah. Someone pull out their solar app.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You should. You gotta howl with me, or is it just me?
You got it.
Remember, it's on principle. I didn't pay $50. I gotta conjure it up. Because, you know, howling's not a hyena thing. Hyenas, naturally, they go, whoop, whoop. Or they have this other vocalization that's like, whoa. And, you know, like, you're not a hyena. Fuck out of here, Nina. Yo, that rhymed. Oh, God. I'm sauced and tossed. Let me get this over so I can go inside. Which way is the moon?
Just pick a direction. Any direction.
I'm pulling you. Are you? I'm okay.
You gotta do this so we can get you inside.
Alright, I'm back. I howled majestically at the moon. But I still have a lot of questions to go through. So, Zootopia 2 thoughts. What are my thoughts on Zootopia 2? Now, this is a movie that we have been waiting for since like... When did the first one come out? Like 2016, 2014? Something like that. It's been almost 10 years. And, you know, it's been a very anticipated movie. We got that Disney Plus series, which wasn't really a series. It was more like a not really what if, but it was like what was going on behind the scenes of Zootopia 1. which was like a good little like teaser. Not really teaser, but it was a good little bump, a good little hit of Disney furry content. But yeah, with everything that we know about Zootopia 2, it looks like the rabbit and the fox, their relationship is gonna be tested. Do I think they're gonna kiss? No, I don't think Disney has the balls to do that. I don't think they have the balls to do that. What I think is gonna happen is that the fox and the rabbit are gonna go to Arby's. Because, yeah, they're gonna go to Arby's because she's pregnant. Not really. That's a inside joke to other furries who know about the Zootopia pregnancy comic that got really viral because of its content. But yeah, I think Zootopia 2, I'm hoping that it's gonna be good, but I'm at least thinking it's gonna be alright. Part of me feels like it's gonna be the same issues, but rehashed into a different style. Because now they're like, oh, predators aren't that bad. But now they're like, reptiles are bad. They don't like reptiles because, you know, they scaly motherfuckers. And it's kind of like gonna be the same movie, but this time instead of predators, it's gonna be lizards. But it's still gonna be interesting. We're gonna get to see new animals. We get to see seals and walruses, the dudes with the tusks, and beavers, like aquatic mammals. So that's gonna be pretty cool. We already saw from the trailers that we're gonna get to see lizards and snakes. I really like how the snakes just don't have limbs. They're just big snakes. I really love that. That's funny to me. Cause like all the lizards are like sized appropriately and they got limbs and shit. I would love for them to do like a crocodile in the movie that's just like this big burly dude that's a crocodile. Freaking Gustav or some shit, Lo Long. Oh god, if you're a reptile nerd like me, a true herpetologist, which is not the STD, it's the study of reptiles, you would know who Lo Long is. You'd know who Gustav is. You would know who, what's his name? Bujang Sanong, I think that's his name. You know who that is. But anyway, that's just crocodile talk. That's talking croc. But back to Zootopia, right? I feel like it's gonna focus on the fox and the rabbit and their relationship. They're gonna figure out their feelings for each other. I don't trust the Lynx that's apparently played by Kevin from Home Alone. Don't trust him at all. He's probably like the secret bad guy who's like low-key super racist. Oh, I just bit my tongue while saying that. That kinda hurt. I know, Sue. She's crying for me. She knew I bit my tongue. That's just my dogs running around me. That's my dogs running. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Zootopia 2. Do I think the fox and the rabbit are gonna kiss? No, I doubt it. Disney doesn't have the balls. They don't have the balls to do it. And if they do, I will eat my boot. Not really. I'll do something. Leave it in the comments. If I'm wrong and Disney has them kiss, leave something in the comments and I might do it. Might do it. Depends on what it is and how cheap or expensive it is. What's this one say? Why cracking? So, you guys haven't seen it, but behind the scenes, whenever it's time for me to take a shot, I've been drinking good old Kraken, which is rum. And the backstory behind that is when I was younger, Pirates of the Caribbean was coming out. and I wanted to drink like a pirate, so I wanted rum, right? And the Kraken was the monster in the movie, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna drink Kraken rum. Now, more specifically, which I know who wrote this and who put it in the hat, he wants me to talk about a very specific woman that we know and love named Shannon. This was TFF, what, 24? Yeah, TFF 2024. My friend Oakley was having a room party. She invited me and my buddy Riot. And when we got there, there was a woman in the hotel room named Shannon. And Shannon was a ball of positive energy that just hyped up the party so damn much. Like, she was just awesome to be around, awesome to talk to. She taught us a little bit of sign language. Like, this right here, bacon pancake. Why did I ask her to teach us that? I was on an Adventure Time high. I was thinking of Jake the dog, and now he made bacon pancakes. So, yeah, she taught us a little bit of sign language, and she made some killer drinks. Some killer drinks that were really, really bomb. That were really, really bussin'. They were loaded, and we ended up having a jolly good time. Exactly. Which, fun fact, I had to do the dance competition right after that. Like, the very next day, I woke up hungover and did the dance competition. Did I win? No, but I did it hungover. So, there's the story on why Kraken is my choice of drink, because of pirates and Shannon. Did you just pee? What was that?
Explain Bato.
Oh.
Bato the dog? Isn't that that husky? Balto?
Yeah.
Isn't that like husky?
Yeah, it is.
That did that thing to the... So...
It's the husky that did that thing.
That did that thing.
To the thing.
Couldn't tell these questions were intended for DACA, but I'll do my best to answer it from what I can remember.
That's okay. I can fill in the blanks.
Don't know where or when. I can kind of guess when. I'm bad with time frame though. I'm gonna guess like
It's Nome, Alaska, 1920 something. You were way
I was
the
way
fuck
off. I said 1700s.
Yeah. 1789. How does a bastard, orphan, immigrant, poor son, dog of an immigrant wolf dog? No, keep going, buddy.
So, there's this dog. Isn't he like a half-breed? He's not a husky. He's like a wolf dog?
Well, in the movie, he is a wolf dog, but in real life, so apparently there was like a genetic study done on Balto's remains. Which, if you want to see him, he's at the Cleveland Science Museum, or the Cleveland Natural History Museum. But they did like a DNA test on his remains, and he is technically a hybrid, but not a wolf. He's like Alaska Malamute, Husky, and then something else. I can't remember exactly what. But yeah, he was a dog. In the movie, he's a wolf dog, played by Kevin Bacon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
I wonder why the voice sounded familiar.
yeah, go for it.
When did that movie come out? 99?
Something like that. Hey, I was 2.
I wasn't even born yet.
You were a liquid. I was a solid.
You got this dog, right? We had a snowstorm. Yeah, this town. People are getting sick. Then you have like this cure, but they were like, oh, we need to send people out to go get it. Sleds, right? That was the solution to travel.
That was the solution because the snow was too thick. It was thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
They could have figured it out.
Nah, they couldn't. They didn't have Amazon. they were like, yo.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't just Amazon Prime that. FedEx next day delivery, though it might have ended up a little bit messed up per FedEx policy, but town full of people sick.
It was the kids. The kids were sick.
Those kids were getting way too close to each other then. Cause why was it all the kids?
Yeah. Well, people didn't believe in germs. Well, no, they did, but it was like, fuck it, we're cold already. Balto.
So.
Which I have a fun fact to add on.
Oh no.
Because he's not the hero people think he is.
Oh no.
But you can go on.
So you also got this panda and this bird.
Huh?
And this is not panda. Snow panda, I guess.
You mean a polar bear?
Yeah.
A snow panda.
Snow panda.
Oh, that sounds kind of right. Snow panda.
But you got those two. They're his best friend or whatever support system.
Yeah.
The initial team that goes out that's supposed to get the cure goes out. But Balto, I guess, sees that time is running out. The team hasn't come back when they're supposed to.
No, they haven't because the dog that did the other team was racist.
Yeah.
He did not like Balto because Balto was a wolf dog. And he was like, bitch. Your mom smelled of elderberries, and your dad's dead.
You fucking inbred.
I don't know about that.
I don't know that, but
Yeah.
he goes out.
He does go out.
Sum it up, he saves the day, he gets the team back. He has that whole thing with that one white wolf where it's like, remember who you are!
I lost my armor. I lost my size. Yeah, he has a Mufasa moment. Yeah, that's crazy. The white wolf, who turns out to be a freaking demigod in the sequels.
There was a sequel?
Yes, there's 2 sequels.
Brother!
Yeah. Which, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the Balto movies, the white wolf turns out to be his mom, right? The white wolf is his mom, and the white wolf is like this spirit deity of the forest. So it makes Balto a demigod.
That's crazy.
Which is some crazy lore. But you know, they were really like, we need sequels for these movies.
Demigod was the only way to go.
Yeah, which this studio who made the Balto movies was the same one who made like the 20 Land Before Time movies.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so they're
That
just
makes
like,
sense.
screw it, we're gonna make him a demigod,
We're gonna run this dry, folks.
basically. But how did the movie end, Riot?
They get back in town. I think that husky died, didn't it?
You know what's funny? There is a deleted scene of him dying, but they
Okay.
didn't actually put it in the movie.
Okay. You get to it. This whole story. I didn't even mention the other dog, female dog, that he was chatting to. Which, I mean, it wasn't for her. I felt like Balto wouldn't have done anything. Because I feel like he went out because she was concerned about her person.
She had a little girl.
Yeah.
Not like a baby, but like a 6-year-old
Yeah.
named Rosie. Which fun fact, when the Balto movie starts, you get a live action version of Rosie. The old lady who plays her is still alive. Like, it is crazy.
That's crazy.
Like the old lady who plays Grandma Rosie is still alive. I pray by the time I edit this video that she's still with us. Because it's a goal of mine to meet her. Like I had no clue she was still with us.
Yeah, it's crazy. Did she just do like the older version of that character, or did she play the younger?
No, she just did the older version.
Okay.
Because like the start of the movie is like a live action intro that's in like the 20 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like her granddaughter, and they're actually going to see the statue of Balto.
That is how it opens. I didn't remember how it opens.
Yeah, no, bro, it's fucking killer. It's a killer movie.
Right on the back, he gets the girl, and then the children get cured, and boom, that's Balto.
Yeah, so Balto was...
But I know nothing about the IRL Balto. I didn't even know, honestly, didn't know that the movies were based on a real dog, so.
Yeah. Well, here's the fact that's gonna blow your mind. Balto is not the true hero of the story.
Oh no.
So, in the actual crisis of Nome, Alaska, right?
Yeah.
They did decide to use sled dogs. But they basically had a relay race, right? And there was a specific part that was like a crazy amount of miles. The most dangerous part of the relay race, right? That went to a senior sled dog trainer whose name I can't forget, or I can't remember. But his lead dog was named Togo, right? Togo. Togo. And as they were going on that dangerous stretch of land, Togo got hurt. And they got hurt close enough to where Balto and his team was. And so Balto and his team raced out to where Togo was at because Togo couldn't run anymore. He had a hurt paw. I think he broke it or something. But Balto raced over there, picked up the medicine, and then ran the rest of the way. And because Balto was the last team to make it to Nome, he's the one who got all the recognition. Even though Togo was the one who ran technically the longest amount of the what is now called the Iditarod. So, even though it pains me to say this, because Balto is one of my favorite movies, Balto is not the true hero of Nome. He was just the only one there at the end.
Dang.
Which, that's not to like knock Balto and his team and their mushroom or anything, right? It's just history has kind of pushed Togo and the other dogs to the back, while Balto got pushed to the center.
Yeah.
Which again, it's kind of messed up because even though Balto was like a famous dog, the end of his life was so messed up because he was basically paraded around America as like this hero dog. But then he ended up at like a zoo in Cleveland, Ohio, I think. At least his body is in Cleveland. They have him taxidermied there. But yeah, it's kind of messed up how his story ended.
Yeah.
Because he was just...
You want to get back in Pam now?
I'm not having a thing. We had to put it down for Riot because, you know, he's a little ugly. But the pie's still going in the oven. Right, you want me to answer another question, buddy, old pal, old chum of mine? There's one in there I really hope I don't get. Because I wrote it as just...
There's two in here that I don't think you want.
Oh no, I know one of them. I don't know the other one. What's mathematical pie? Mathematical pi is 3.14 1579, and and then there's a bunch more repeating, I think. But that should be what mathematical pi is, I think. Huh? Oh! Explain the con E621 rule. Now, if you're a furry, like what? You know what E621 is. Don't look it up. But the rule for conventions is, we're trying to have as much fun as we can. And that can cause some people to forget certain cleanliness things. So the rule is to have 6 hours of sleep, at least 2 meals a day, and at least 1 shower. That is the E621 rule of a con. The pie has like another 5 minutes. And I got my buddy Dusk here with me. And we are gonna keep on going with the questions. Ain't that right, buddy? Yeah, that's right. Alright, how's this one say, buddy? Oh! It says, what's your favorite dinosaur? I love dinosaurs. I hope you like dinosaurs because they're pretty cool. My favorite dinosaur is the Licholotopus. Not really, that was just a joke. I'll tell you the real dinosaur now. My favorite dinosaur, which is gonna sound basic, but it's a Triceratops. Because Triceratopses are like an OG dinosaur, and I was a Power Ranger kid growing up. I watched Power Rangers. My favorite Power Ranger was the Blue Ranger, Billy, and his Power Ranger Zord, the robot, was a Triceratops. Now, that's not to say that there aren't other cool dinosaurs. There are some really cool dinosaurs out there, but to me personally, Triceratops and their whole family of ceratopsians are pretty dang cool. They're pretty dang awesome, and I love them. From the Pachyrhinosaurus to the Protoceratops. That's the pie! We get to go check out the pie now. Alright, so the timer went off. We can check the pie. Look at that. You smell that?
Yeah, it smells good.
It smells great, man. I am gonna go ahead and turn off the oven, but I'm gonna let it sit in there for like another 3 minutes. And just to get like a little extra toasty. Oh no. Oh no. What happened, Mr. Drifter? What happened? Oh, he needs CPR. Hang on. I got you. I believe we're gonna I think I actually broke the ribs. No, they're fine. You're good, aren't you?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It just says, you drunk yet? Bruh, you should have asked me this like an hour ago. I've been sauced and tossed. This question is irrelevant. favorite Godzilla. Yo, Godzilla. I love me some Godzilla. Now, is this like favorite Godzilla movie or just favorite Godzilla design?
Design. Then we can talk about movie probably.
Because my favorite Godzilla design has to be like from Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, which was basically the was it the Godzilla 2000 design, but without the pink spokes? Can't remember exactly which Godzilla it was. But yeah, Godzilla versus against Mechagodzilla is like my favorite Godzilla movie. That was one of my favorite Godzilla designs because they low-key made him look like a cat, which isn't because it's my favorite, but at the same time, it's just a good monster design. And yeah, it had Mechagodzilla, aka Kiryu. Kiryu is like one of the best Mechagodzillas out there. I really wish in like the Kong vs. Godzilla movie, they had made an adaptation of Kiryu instead of that ugly looking Mechagodzilla from that movie. What's to say? By your expression, I don't think it's good. Where are the pigeons at? Where are the pigeons, bro? I ain't seen nary a pigeon since the government shutdown. Now, I've seen plenty of crows and blackbirds, but I ain't seen nary one pigeon. So, if you want my personal hyena opinion, the pigeons were recalled back to their base when the shutdown happened because they were all active duty, and since this shutdown happened, they could not surveillance anymore.
They couldn't get any more orders.
They could not. So that's why there's no bin pigeon. When have you ever had a dream when you can do anything? Does that answer it? Ay, ay, ay. This next one says Godzilla War. What does that mean? Like how he started?
Yeah.
Well, it started during World War II when we decided to drop the sun on Japan twice.
Twice?
Yeah. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We dropped 2 nukes on them because we weren't sure that they'd surrender after the one. So we dropped another one like 2 days later. Or maybe a day later.
That sucks.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Not to sound insensitive, but you know, people back then thought differently than we do now. As you can tell, there was horrible destruction, countless lives lost, and absolute devastation, right? Well, in 1954, a little movie called Godzilla came out, which was basically a movie that embodied the destructive power of a nuclear bomb. Godzilla was the living embodiment of a nuke, which is why in a lot of the movies about him, he can't be beat, because technically, we don't have a weapon that's stronger than a nuke. Do we have stronger nukes? Yes, but at the same time, it's still a nuke. And nothing has yet to top that.
Wasn't it Charge Godzilla? Didn't they try dropping a nuke?
They did try to drop a nuke on Godzilla, but guess what? He ate it. Literally. The only thing that like canonically stopped Godzilla was a device called the Hydrogen Destroyer, which literally kills all hydrogen in the environment for like an X amount of miles. Such a device has yet to be made. I hope, because in the movie it's said to be like one of the most destructive weapons ever. And the scientists who made it died with the only like successful bomb. Like when he went down to kill Godzilla with the only hydrogen destroyer bomb, it killed him with Godzilla. So that no one else would ever have that power. Like he didn't write down notes, he just built the thing, proved that it would work, and then said, I'm out. Now that that's out of the way, I'm gonna go get the pie out of the oven to let it cool. Y'all sit here and watch Scully for me. I have 2 more questions in the hat. That's a 50-50 draw. I think I know at least one of them. Unless Riot took it out of the hat. He just shook his head saying no, he did not take it out of the hat. I'm scared now. Because I know what one of them is. The other one, I have no clue what it is. But he's told me there's at least 2 in there I don't like. So there could be at least one that I might die. Not really. But where are they at? I'm hoping I didn't get one I don't want. Here, I'm gonna let Riot read it. I can't see what it is. Yeah, I'm not looking. I don't know what it is. I'm not looking. Okay? Alright, I'm gonna look. How bad is it? Oh, it's upside down. You didn't tell me it was upside down. I'm over here holding it up to the camera. Like, read. You didn't let me try to juggle. Yeah, I'm down. Let's go. Beautiful. Do I have to do all of them?
You can try, like, if you want to try 2 as a warm up and then try 3.
Fuck that. I'm a fucking baller. Oh no. Oh no.
You sound like Stitch for a second.
Now, if y'all don't know this, but Riot is in a bit of a circus phase. He's been learning how to juggle. He's been getting pretty good at it. Me, on the other hand, not so much. So like, you throw up a ball, catch it. Throw up another ball, catch it. Throw up another ball. Don't catch it. Throw up.
The form that you want it to form, like let's say I have 2 just for starters. So you want the ball, instead of doing a high arch, you want it to do like an underpass. So you want to do an X. An X. It still does a high arch, but if you look at the invisible lines that the ball is making, it's making almost an X.
So I tried juggling. It didn't work, which isn't a bad thing. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna try again later. Maybe tomorrow when I'm not sauced. Alright guys, so that was making an apple pie with Daka. I hope you liked it. And hey, if you like this video, leave a comment. Tell me how much you liked it. If you want to see me bake something else while baked, leave a like, subscribe, And yeah, hopefully by the next time I do this, I'll have more than just me and Ryan and the dummies. But yeah, until then, stay cool.